This is a question that asks about the naming of ionic compounds. The first set is lithium with bromine or thallium with 3 bromines. Remember when naming ionic compounds that oxidation state is key. So if we look at where lithium is on the periodic table, it's in column 1. There's absolutely no doubt that its oxidation state will be +1 in this compound. Bromine, on the other hand, is going to have a -1 charge, and this is a monoatomic anion. So maybe you remember that the name for monoatomic ions is the ending "ide." So the first compound we would simply call lithium bromide. Now the second compound deals with thallium. Thallium is in a questionable area of the periodic table. It's a heavy metal. Thallium can be either +1 or +3. So in this case, we need Roman numerals. It's with 3 bromines, so clearly the thallium is going to be +3. So we would name this compound thallium 3, and then again bromide. For the next set of compounds, we have sodium with some oxoanions, either the BrO- anion or the BrO4- anion. Certainly we know that sodium is of course going to be +1 since it's in column 1. Now bromine is in group 7. So we're going to use that series of rules that you deal with for oxoanions of group 7. If the oxoanion has 4 oxygens, it is per, whatever the atom name is, 8. If it has 3 oxygens, it's the atom name 8. If it has 2 oxygens, it is the atom name ite. And if we have 1 oxygen, then it is hypo, whatever the atom name is, ite. So I can see the first one has 1 oxygen, so I would name this compound sodium, and then hypobromite. So notice the hypo and the ite. For the next one, this is BrO4- so I would name this one sodium, and that would be perbromate. Alright, for the last set we're dealing with nickel. Nickel is a transition metal. Sometimes it's +2, but it could be other things. So we are going to have to specify the oxidation state. And hopefully you remember that SO4 is an oxoanion with a 2- charge, and SO3 is also an oxoanion with a 2- charge. So for both of these, nickel is going to be in the +2 oxidation state. Now, sulfur is in group 6. So in order to figure out if we're dealing with an 8 or an ite, we need to figure out if it's at the maximum oxidation state. So for SO4 2-, well, it has to add up to 2-. The oxygens will be each -2, and there's 4 of them, so -8, so +6. So this first compound with SO4 is same oxidation state as group number. So we would name this one nickel, Roman numeral 2 to give the oxidation state, sulfate. I'm sure you can guess that the other one is going to be nickel 2 sulfite, and that is because it has 1 less oxygen, so that means the sulfur's oxidation state is going to be +4 instead of +6. And that is how you would name these ionic compounds.